What's up, everyone? This is Betamax. My name is Fidel. Joining me, as always, is Eddie and Birdie.
What's up?
What's up, Birdie?
Hello.
I guess, hi, Eddie, since you already said.
Yeah, whatever. What's up, everyone?
And for this episode, we decided to talk about, I guess you could say, movies that are so bad they're good, or just entertaining, to say the least, right?
I think just bad movies that are so bad they're entertaining.
Yeah.
Because you can't believe how fucking terrible they are.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. But we have to be, like, specific on which ones because we're looking for ones that are, like, not meant to be, like, bad. You know what I mean?
Okay, so to you, what would, like, qualify? Like, what are, like, some things you look for in, like, that type of movie?
It would have to be a movie that the terribleness of it is an outcome of like how serious they were about it.
Yeah.
Which is like something not intentional by the director and, you know, the actors and all that. So it genuinely has bad acting in it.
Like, you think they were being serious, like they were trying to,
yeah,
like in their minds they were making something like good, like something serious.
Yeah, something that they were really serious about, but it just did not. It missed the mark by a lot. Because you have like certain movies like Sharknado.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's meant to be so over the top and bad.
Yeah.
So like
those are more like self-aware movies.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're meant to be like that. So to me, like those movies are stupid because like
yeah.
I don't want to say that's
you wouldn't like push these in under this category.
No, because those are meant to entertain you. How bad they are.
Yeah, they were intentionally bad.
Yeah, but then there are certain movies that are like, you know, they were trying to be very serious and the acting was terrible, or just the way the editing was done, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So it just.
But it got made.
Yeah, but it somehow. Yeah, it got made.
It got made, and it made enough sense for us to watch it and be able to handle watching it.
Yeah.
And comprehend what's going on the screen, and just realize that this is like a movie with 3 parts.
It almost has to have like a no way kind of factor, like no way this is real.
Yeah. Bless you, child.
Thanks, Jesus. Yeah, so like Birdie said, like it shouldn't be self-aware of how bad it is, because that kind of just takes it out of that
that's
category.
kind of what disqualifies stuff like Sharknado, because it's just,
or like Thanksgiving, stuff like that.
Yeah, or like
the Killer Bong movie, whatever it's called.
I don't remember that one. Or what was it? The tire one? Rubber, I think it was called.
Yeah, I think it was Rubber. Yeah, those are kind of like, I don't know. I think they saw shit like the stuff we're gonna talk about, and they were like, let's just do that, and then like, I don't know, make money off of it, which I guess they did.
Yeah, they were successful.
But I don't know.
Do you guys have any movies like that come to mind that you would want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the one we just saw.
Veronica?
Yeah. I'll let you introduce this movie, dude.
Okay, so Veronica, you were the one that recommended it, right? Or you had brought it up?
I think me and Birdie found out about it through a YouTuber.
And it was written and directed by Glenn Danzig of the Misfits, Samhain Danzig.
An amazing musician and singer.
I guess.
But but not so amazing at directing and writing a movie. But I guess it's based on his comic books.
Yeah, I saw that when like the movie was starting in the credits.
So I've never read his comic books, and I'm hoping like they're a lot better than the movie.
Which the comic book line is actually called Verotic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it's his first movie debut, like where, you know.
Yeah, is it the only movie he's done to date?
I think it's the only movie he's wrote and directed.
Yeah, it's his first and only one.
And it's probably gonna be his last after.
He does more.
Honestly, if he does another one, I'd probably check it out, just to see if it's as much of a train wreck as this one was. Because, like, going into this one, like, I didn't know what to expect. And, like, the way it was presented and, like, I ended up watching like not a trailer, a review for it from Red Letter Media, and the way they presented it, it seemed like it was going to be one of those. It's horrible. It's a bad movie, but it's still enjoyable to watch. And to be completely honest, I do not want to watch this movie ever again.
I would watch the first 2 segments of it. So it was 3 segments, right?
Yeah, 3 segments.
It's kind of like an anthology thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, none of the stories are intertwined with each other at all.
No, he kind of did it in a style of like Tales from the Crypt, where he has like a host, you know?
Yeah. And it was like a knockoff Elvira.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually the third story is based on like a myth, like a legend of this woman who actually did that, like where she would bathe herself in virgin's blood because she believed that would keep her young.
Yeah, it's like a 17th century folktale or something like that.
Yeah.
And you could do so much with that, and that was like the most boring one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the first 2 were boring at all. They were really like terrible, but they weren't boring.
Compared to that one, yeah, I agree with
that.
you.
Yeah, the last one was like legit. Like I just wanted to stop watching it, but the first 2, they're just fucking terrible. But, like I went into this like not knowing shit about it other than he made it.
Yeah.
I saw like 1 minute of them like introducing the movie like on YouTube. I'm like, okay, I gotta like go into this completely blind.
Yeah.
And damn, dude.
What was your reaction to it, Birdie? Like, did you have any expectations going in?
Yeah, just because I had looked into it, and yeah, it's not for me, bro. Like, I mean, some people are calling it like the Room. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't.
But I wouldn't say that because this is more of like it's such a different level of badness.
Yeah.
But it's like it just wasn't entertaining to me, like at all. Like I'd rather watch The Room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't go that far. Dude.
Really?
I don't know. The Room is.
Room is bad.
Yeah.
Granted, like it is bad.
Well, I can say this. This had a bunch of like hot girls in it. So at least if I'm watching it by myself, I can jack off to it. But I mean, like,
hey, you're being honest.
Yeah, but I mean, what am I gonna do with The Room, dude?
You're not gonna jack off to Tommy
Wiseau? I had to be with.
Dude, it's got sex scenes in it.
I have to be. Oh, it does. We'll talk about that movie after this. But no, dude, like I'd have to be with.
I don't know, man. It kind of makes more sense for me to jack off to The Room instead of erotica, dude.
But that movie has virgins being sacrificed, dude.
I guess.
Wrong. That buzzer means you're wrong, dude.
Eddie's trying to get censored.
God damn, it's hot in here. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I had fun watching it with you guys the first 2 acts, but after the third one,
it was frustrating.
It was just bad to the point where it's just kind of awkward.
Yeah,
it was draining, dude.
It was like it legitimately gave me a headache.
It legitimately locked me out. Like when the movie was over, I fell asleep on the couch.
For those of you like listening, like a lot of the third act is just a girl bathing in blood, and it's just her like.
It's very awkward too.
Yeah, it's just really slow, boring. There's nothing. There's no talking going on. She's just like moving around a bathtub full of blood, and like licking it. And that's what it is for like what 20 minutes, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's no dialogue and like
and you're just like, God, this must have been horrible to film. Like
yeah, and like not only that, like just the whole production, the whole editing of this movie was just bad.
The editing was so terrible, and like
the camera work, I'm pretty sure is what gave me a headache.
Cause there's like, I don't know, I feel like they were trying to go for like those old like 70s movies where like they zoom in a lot.
Yeah.
But in those old movies, you don't zoom in and zoom out.
Yeah.
And zoom in again. Like it's almost like there's like the camera guy was just giving like freedom to like just keep filming and no direction whatsoever. Like close up with this. It's just like, oh, we're gonna film this and just I don't know, do whatever you want.
I have a feeling that there was no camera guy.
I'm pretty sure it was Danzig.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Danzig being like, yeah, that looks fucking good.
No, I'm gonna zoom in on that. Nah, it's boring. I'm gonna zoom in on this over here.
Zoom in. Just kidding. I'm gonna zoom out.
So, but I don't know. You guys didn't find the first 2 entertaining at all?
I mean, they were. I would say yes and no, just because like
Okay.
I just thought it was boring.
All right. The first one.
The first one was
There's a lady.
the pale spider one, right?
Yeah. Okay. It starts off with this girl having or about to have sex with the guy. The guy's trying to take her top off. She doesn't want to, and when he finally does, you see why she didn't want to. And she has fucking eyeballs for nipples.
Yeah. Okay. Before you continue, one thing I will give, the like prosthetics and like the makeup wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it just looked like a typical
worse.
indie. It looked like a typical indie little B movie. But did you guys know that there were gonna be eyeballs?
No. Well, I mean, going in, because I saw that review.
Dude, I was fucking surprised. I was
Really?
like, what? So, yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, a lot of the stories don't make sense whatsoever.
There's not really like whoever wrote these. There's no structure to the stories. Like, there's nothing to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just incidents for the sake of having incidents.
But, yeah, and the actors I think were the most entertaining thing out of all of them because like their dialogue is just so out there, and like a lot of it comes from like left field.
Yeah.
That you're just like, what? Like the scene where a girl's like trying to stay awake, so she goes into like a theater where they're playing a porno.
Yeah.
And she falls asleep, so they have like these guys creeping around on her. She gets up, she's like, I gotta leave. And then when she's walking away, one of the guys yells, "Wait, come back."
It's so monotone.
That's
like,
another like major thing about these first two segments. I guess they were supposed to be. This was supposed to take place in like Paris or like
because everybody was French supposedly
with horrible French accents.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, but this was primarily filmed in Skid Row.
Yeah.
In LA, but I guess Danzig himself had like a French consultant on set like every day to make sure everybody had like their French accents on point.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but like even these French accents that are like getting delivered by each actor or actress, it's brutal, dude. Like,
yeah, it was rough.
Like there's one character. Do you remember the black dude that was like announcing some shit or I don't know, but he had like some he was camera guy.
Yeah.
He was a camera guy and he was shooting the chick with the eyeball nipples.
Yeah.
And then like
he was having trouble with his words.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere he finally, I think like he might have been nervous, but he was probably like, "Oh, here comes my big 3 lines of dialogue that I have to deliver with my French accent," and it was bad, dude.
It was
like listening to words crash like out of your mouth.
Like you couldn't really understand what he was saying.
But it was fucking hilarious.
And Fidel pointed out that like in one scene you can see the girl's microphone pack.
Yeah. Well, because I was pointed out like in the review I watched.
Yeah, so I mean they didn't even try. Like I'm wondering if I would have noticed it if you didn't point it out, because as soon as you said something, like I noticed it.
Yeah, it is pretty noticeable because the way the shot is framed up, like it's right in the center of the screen.
Yeah.
Like
that's another thing. It's like, don't you think Glenn Danzig saw like the finished product before releasing it?
I think he was probably more worried about the soundtrack more than anything.
Probably.
He was probably like, man, I don't care about this movie.
Like I wonder about that. I wonder if like, you know, last day on set, it went to like the editing room. I don't even, did he fucking edit it too?
No. I remember being like, what the fuck? Because the name of the person who edited, I doubt it's the same person, but it said edited by Brian Cox.
But
yeah, but when he went to the editing room and then like,
do you think he was probably not in there? Like,
I think so.
Well,
I think he was only on set and that's it.
Probably.
And then after that, he probably went to go make the music.
Maybe.
You guys gotta consider too, like that editor probably had shit to work with.
Yeah.
Like he probably had nothing but bad scenes, and he's like, man, I gotta throw this together somehow.
That's my point, though. It's like, I wonder if anyone saw any of this stuff and was like, "This is bad."
They had to,
like,
dude.
we can't.
But do you think it was probably like a situation where
it was like we have to bring it to someone's attention to,
but not him? Or maybe they did bring it to him, but he was just like, no, like it's good.
Yeah, like they brought it to him, and he was just like,
maybe
Mother.
maybe it's kind of like a Phantom Menace type of thing where like everyone was afraid to tell George Lucas.
Maybe he's just surrounded by yes men.
Yeah, and it's completely off topic, but that's kind of how I felt with Christopher Nolan's what was it? The third Batman movie?
Dark Knight Rises.
Because there were some laughable scenes in there where like the acting is fucking terrible, and there was like especially I don't remember, dude. I saw that movie once and I said fuck this shit, but there's a scene towards the end where some lady dies, and when she delivered that performance, I looked around like this is a fucking joke, and I think it's like not on that level because like that shouldn't have slipped up. Yeah. That's a big fucking movie. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit slips under the cracks. And I think when you have, like, someone, like, maybe, like, Christopher Nolan, like, you're just, like, I don't want to tell him no. Like, he's made all these badass films. Like, maybe it was, like, something intimidating about Danzig.
So what's the excuse with Danzig? Is that he's
maybe they were intimidated by him?
He's just he's just, like, a punk rock icon or what?
Yeah.
That everyone's just, like, I don't want to tell this first-time director that he sucks. Because he might
unless he's just surrounded himself with people that were like, oh, we get to work on a movie, like, you know what I mean?
That's another thing too, because like if you look up a lot of these actors and actresses, like this is kind of their first gig, dude.
Yeah, see,
like I promise you, like if you make a movie and it's like their first gig along with yours, like it doesn't matter what you shoot, it's gonna feel tight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that was a mentality. I'm just fucking wondering what happened, dude, because this is fucking lame.
Hey, the music was pretty tight though.
This is like unredeemable.
One song was. It was like a Danzig song that I'm pretty sure he released like forever ago. But all right, let's move on. Like, what's another?
A different movie?
Yeah.
Well, I want to bring up before we move on the second story.
Oh,
like,
dude.
How much time was spent in that fucking strip club when they opened up?
Yeah, it's like we talked
dude,
about.
Dude, like what the fuck, dude?
It's like what we talked about. It's just like these awkward scenes that just drag on for so long. And nothing's happening.
Second segment was probably my favorite one.
Because of all the titties?
Not because of the cop.
Oh, dude, yeah. It gave us some memorable lines. But as far as like...
You're not going to tell the audience what the cop said? You guys are
no, they got to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. Okay, the way it was described was... What did they say in Red Letter Media? He was like, "Oh, it's like when a kid tries to do a grown-up voice."
Yeah,
that's what the cop was doing. Like he was trying to do a grown-up voice, but he's already a fucking adult. That's what it sounded like.
I think
that was probably my favorite character, like in this whole thing.
I think I put it best when I said, like, it's literally a porno story without the porn.
Yeah, it's like the worst softcore porn ever.
Yeah, because like if you watch like porn acting, like it's the exact same shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe even.
I don't watch porn for the acting though, so.
I only watch it for the acting. Once the sex starts, I just turn it off.
You're like, ew, no clothes on anyone.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Pretty sure these people are not in love. I'm turning this off.
Well, what about another movie? Do you guys have any other movies in mind that fall under this category?
Yeah.
Like what?
You guys seen Birdemic?
I've only seen it once, but I don't know if I would put that under this category though, because I feel like that one would be like intentionally bad. Like it was made to be intentionally bad. Well, you wanted to talk about The Room, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about The Room.
I think that's gonna be like the highlight of this.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to The Room, what are some other examples you guys can give out?
There's not too many out there, dude. Because there's just.
What about Batman and Robin?
No, that I think that's intentionally over the top, man.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure, dude.
I don't know, man.
Because it has one-liners, dude. Like
I know, but what I think Joel Schumacher was doing was he was trying to capture the spirit of like the '60s Batman. Maybe he was trying to like modernize it, but like look what it turned into. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. What do you think, Birdie?
Well, Plan 9 from Outer Space. I don't know if you guys ever seen that one.
Yeah,
no,
I think I have it. So.
I've never seen that one.
That's Ed Wood's movie.
Yeah.
And Ed Wood is like the precursor to Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
That's another one.
I've never seen any of his movies. Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Yeah. He's pretty good.
Yeah. But what do you think about like the argument for Batman and Robin? Do you think it would fall under this category, or was that one intentionally bad?
No, because if you actually look into that one, you don't have to look into it a lot, but every single person that's worked on that movie is like, yeah, we didn't mean to make a bad movie, but it came out bad, you know? But if you look into the real reason why that movie exists in the first place is because of toys.
Yeah.
You know? So, I think no.
It doesn't fall under the category?
No. Because I think the people who were actually working on that thought, like this was going to be just another movie. Nothing great, but nothing bad. But it turned out to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is entertaining.
It
like,
is,
watching
yeah.
it now, like, it's so stupid.
Because I remember hating it when I first saw it. Like,
Really?
It was fucking stupid, yeah. But I mean, as I got older, I found the entertainment in it.
I still think Batman Forever is like best 90s Batman ever.
That one is probably like the ultimate Batman movie.
I never
Like
got
ultimate
into
90.
Batman, dude.
No?
No, I wasn't a big Batman guy.
Get out.
Okay. Later, guys.
I don't think you have to be into Batman to watch these movies, though. I mean, you can
Which
just watch them
ones?
for what they are.
The 90s ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Batman movies.
No.
Because I mean, I've honestly never owned more than like a handful of comics that are like Batman comics, but those movies were they were on repeat when I was.
I remember the only ones that stood out to me up until The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that stood out to me was the Penguin in the Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
This is completely off topic, but that's the only thing I got from those movies. Like I loved his character. I loved the acting in it. Like I thought that shit was fucking scary when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it
just
bites that
remember
guy's
being
nose
grossed
off
out,
and
dude.
shit. Like
That movie was gross.
yeah, and like I remember thinking like, man, I hope like whenever they make a new Batman movie, I hope it's like gritty like that. Like
Yeah.
just not that movie was gritty, but it just had that like kind of gothic atmosphere to it.
So you were pretty happy with the Dark Knight Rises.
I that's the first one, right?
No, Dark Knight Rises is one you don't like.
No, Dark Knight Rises. Oh man,
Yeah, that was pretty gothic.
I remember that's one of the.
It's got a flaming bat on the walls, dude.
Oh man, that should be on this list, dude. Fuck that movie. That was a terrible movie.
Okay, would you guys consider Blood In, Blood Out in this category?
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
No.
fuck no, dude.
Why not? That movie's terrible.
That's a fucking historical like film, dude.
Okay, it's in my opinion,
That movie's pretty bad, dude.
it's a bad movie, but it's fucking tight. Like because of how bad it is.
To me, that movie is like to me that movie is the SLC punk of like
Cholo culture.
Chicano, like Southern California Mexican,
I can see that. I can see that.
because it was made by people who weren't really a part of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they tried to execute something like that, so it just came out really cheesy, which is what happened to like SLC punk, where it was like, I mean, you really think these people like ever owned like a punk vinyl like in their whole lives?
Yeah.
So when they execute this like genre or whatever the fuck, it just comes out really cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't put it?
No, I wouldn't. No, I think that movie's good, dude.
No, I'm saying no. I agree, but I also recognize that it's a bad movie. Like,
I don't think it's a good movie at all, dude.
yeah, it's pretty bad. Like
That
the
movie's
acting's
terrible.
pretty bad. The
I cry every time.
Who's your
Oscar
favorite
worthy.
character then?
The car. The fire hydrant that fucking breaks that guy's spine.
You don't like Miklo?
Nah, he's cool.
You know that actor is actually like half Hispanic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Talk about dedicating yourself to the role.
Yeah. All right. So then, what other ones do any other come to mind before we start talking about The Room?
I want to mention a movie. I don't think it falls in this category, somewhat, but it's a movie that it's like in the top 5 of my like favorite comedy films of all time. And this it's an intentional comedy film. Like it's not bad, but it has like terrible jokes that are like beyond belief, dude. But they're so fucking terrible. They're fucking hilarious. Cannibal the Musical.
I've never seen it.
Dude,
I still have yet to
I
see
love
that.
that movie.
this movie was made by Matt Stone and Trey Parker while they were in college before South Park.
It was their first movie, right?
Yeah, it's just a college film that they made.
Yeah.
And It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And if I highly recommend this movie to everyone because, like, I think even if you're not into, like, this kind of weird comedy, like, you'll find something in it that you'll like. Or even if you're a fan of South Park, there's a lot of little, like, hidden things that were, like, prior to that ended up making it into the show. But it's really goofy, like, and it's based on a real story.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's Alfred Packer, this guy who led, like, an expedition, who ended up getting lost, and, like, he ended up eating a bunch of the people that were in his group. And then later on, he got caught, and I'm not sure what the outcome was, because in the movie, it's like he's about to get hanged, but they, like, somebody, like, rescues him.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, like, the real story ended, but yeah, it's ridiculous. And there's a joke in there that it's like my favorite scene out of the whole movie. I'm gonna ruin it, but so they're, like, lost in this fucking, like, snowstorm, and they're freezing, they're starving,
Yeah.
they're just miserable. So since he's leading the pack, he's just like, man, I gotta get their spirits up somehow. And this guy has, like, a full beard, so he's like, what am I gonna do? So he turns around off camera, and when he turns back around, he's shaped like the middle of his right under his nose.
Yeah.
And he looks at his crew and he's like, hey guys, look, Abe Lincoln.
I don't get it.
He looks like Abraham Lincoln because he shaved his mustache like Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
And it's the stupidest joke ever. And they just, like, look at him like, are you fucking joking? Like, they don't laugh. They don't even have, like, any reaction to it. They just go up to him and just start, like, trying to kill him. It is fucking ridiculous, dude. But that's the kind of comedy he has. Like, it's so dumb.
Well, I think Trey Parker and Matt Stone are, like, comedic geniuses.
I think they just have, like, the freedom to do it, and they're not scared of being, like, rejected from it.
Yeah.
Like, they're the type of guys that it's, like, literally, like, if studios interfere, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to abandon the ship. Like, I'm not going to do this. Which brings me back to Christopher Nolan. That's what you should have done with that fucking Batman movie.
Damn, pisses you off, huh?
I was let down by it, dude. I was bummed out.
I didn't think it was that bad of a movie.
It's terrible, dude.
It's not. I don't think it's terrible.
It's watchable,
It's watchable, yeah.
but it's definitely not as bad as Eddie's making it out to be.
Yeah.
No, it's terrible, dude.
It's definitely his
I don't
worst
think
movie.
I've ever had a movie where I looked around to see, like, dude, am I fucking, like, seeing shit? That it wasn't intentional. I'm like, ah.
It's definitely his worst movie, but I don't think it's that as bad as you're making it out.
I always give Christopher Nolan a break on that movie because of what he had to go through from what happened in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. He shouldn't have done it then. Well, I mean, if you can't hack it, don't do it. That's like that's like making a record. Like, oh, we gotta make a bunch of songs in a week, and, like, forcing yourself to do it.
Well, that's really easy to say because, I mean, when you work for a giant like Warner Bros,
you're just gonna lose out on money, which means he just did it for money.
And I mean,
even worse.
I don't know Christopher Nolan enough to be like, if he's
I know that fully
like
sucks.
that, you know. Because I mean, I know where he started from, but it's just it doesn't.
He could have handed the torch too to someone else that would have been capable. Or I don't know, dude. That movie.
It's not that bad, dude.
It is, dude. When's the last time you watched it?
I think Eddie's just, like, so secretly in love with Batman that he's just so upset that Batman didn't get the third movie that he deserved.
Dude, this is how bad that movie is. When Fidel sold all his Blu-rays, he had 3 movies left. He had the fucking Batman trilogy, and I bought only 2 of them off him. Yeah. And I did not buy the third one. I said, no, you can fucking throw that movie away, whatever, dude. I'm not buying that shit. Even if you were to give it to me, I would have, like, not kept it, dude. That's how much I was so bummed out about that movie. Like, he was never going to be able to live up to The Dark Knight, but...
Let's watch it right now.
So, nah. No more funny movies.
I honestly never realized how much you despise that movie.
I'm being a little more dramatic than usual, but it did suck, dude. It was a terrible movie.
Nah, it didn't suck.
You can still watch it though if you want.
Because every time, like, I think about it, like, I just question everything that went wrong in that movie.
Okay, let's talk about it then. What did you not like about it?
Oh, man, okay. And I wish I would have taken notes, dude.
Wrong.
Damn. You got me there.
So it is good. I'm calling Christopher Nolan right now. Hey, my homie Eddie said
it had a lot of bad acting.
You think so?
Yes.
But like who?
I agree with you on that.
That lady. Who is that lady?
Marie Cotillard.
No. I'm talking about Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway sucked too.
Yeah,
Anne Hathaway was like over. That was like, bro.
Dude, wasn't it cringy when she kills Bane?
Yeah,
that was cringy, dude.
Not
like
only
that's
that, but like her introduction and like every time she was on screen, even I would be in the theater and be like, "All right, bro, like I get it. Yeah, you're good. You've been Oscar nominated. I get it." But it was just so over the top. Even her co-star, fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt, was like he admitted like in interviews like, I think this movie was the best that it could be, as far as my like co-actress goes. Yeah, he was talking about Anne Hathaway, but he didn't drop her name. But he's like, it's a little too over the top for me. Like a little too much.
I do agree with you guys on that about Anne Hathaway. I didn't like her performance.
I didn't like how.
And the whole Bane thing that did upset me, because they just fucking.
Okay, how do you feel about Batman abandoning the city?
Yeah, that's not like.
It's not Batman, dude.
Yeah, it's not.
The whole way they introduced Robin was cringy. Like, I thought that shit was lame, dude. I was like, nah. Because I was just waiting for them to say it. And then they do, and it's just like, oh, man. Like, don't make it that predictable. And not only that, it's fucking...
Yo, this movie's fucking good, dog. Like, this movie's fucking badass.
It snows.
It's got explosions in it.
It snows all of a sudden in that city.
It snows in Gotham.
Not in the other movies. It went from, like, completely different
it went from, like, the first movie having a lot of rain, but there's no snow, to the second movie, like, just being a summertime movie. But out of nowhere, The Dark Knight Rises, there's snow.
Yeah, dude. Like, climate was a big thing. The part where he, the scene where he falls in that he's locked up in that fucking, what do you call it?
The hole?
That big hole. Yeah. Okay, the one nitpick that I always hear people talk about is, like, how the hell did he get to, once he got out of that hole, how did he get to Gotham so quickly and, like, with no resources, nothing? And... yeah, that's a big nitpick, but I'll even overlook that because I'm like, he's Batman. He's going to have resources somewhere.
Well, not only that, but you're talking about Bruce Wayne.
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, when I say Batman...
he's one of the richest people in the world. You think he's not going to be able to just drop his own...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm willing to overlook that. When he fucks up his back and he's trying to climb, like, blah, 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 there's a fucking rope coming out of that tunnel. Why doesn't he climb the rope? How do you overlook that? Even when I was watching in theaters, like I was like wondering like that maybe that rope doesn't go all the way up.
Yeah. No,
but there's a scene like when he gets to the top, like it's all the way to the top. Like why doesn't he just climb the damn rope? How do you overlook that?
Yo, this movie was tight.
I'm calling Batman right
and
now.
Then when he finally does make it back to Gotham, and you know he's trying to get like the people back on his side and, you know, trying to pump them up. So he fucking pours like gasoline or something and it makes a bat shape out of it. Lights up the building with it. And it's like this big old bat shaped thing lit up. Like, when the fuck did he have time to do that? Why would he do that? Like, God, dude, there's so many.
Maybe
like,
he's into the theater.
It's called panache, homie.
He's into like, the theater, dude.
Oh, man.
The movie was tight.
There's plenty more. I'm not ready for this, dude. That movie's bad, dude. You guys need to stop defending it, dude. Like,
it's not good, but it's not as terrible as you're fucking making it out to be.
It's bad, dude.
All right, I've watched it maybe 2 or 3 times, but I'll admit it. Like, I won't watch it again, dude. just because, like. The last time I did see it, like, it was like a conversation that me and Eddie had. We had this same conversation a long time ago, and I had watched The Dark Knight Rises like a couple weeks after that, and like when it ended, I was like, "This was good. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it again though."
Okay, we'll move on.
Oh man.
People are like,
God
damn,
I didn't expect that. I thought this was going to be a light podcast.
Okay, so the grand finale. The Room.
The Room, okay. So all 3 of us saw this movie together for the first time.
Yeah.
And I remember we kept hearing shit about it. You know, it has like this tremendous hype around it.
Yeah, a huge cult following.
Yeah, and we watched it at my house, huh?
Yeah, we did.
We got together and we watched it.
At your old place.
Yeah, and dude, I don't think we were ready for that movie. But it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it definitely did.
How terrible it was.
Like, I want to see it in theaters. That's how. But you wouldn't watch it again?
No, I would definitely watch it again. But it had to be, like I said, with people. Like,
yeah,
it had to be with friends.
I don't think I can watch this movie by myself. Like, this is definitely one of those movies that's enjoyable with a crowd.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Or else it's just going to be a terrible movie.
And it can't just be like anybody. Like, I think it has to be like a certain type of person that appreciates this type of like.
I think this movie is the perfect movie to introduce to anyone.
You think so?
Yeah, because I was talking to you about this the other day, where the Frida in Santa Ana shows this like bi-monthly or whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I want to take people who are not into like movies to go see this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just to see their reaction to it.
Yeah, like people who are like really into movies, people who are not. Just so I can see, and like experience what they think.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be the most interesting thing.
That would be pretty interesting. We should do that.
I want to.
We should.
I don't want to anymore.
Thanks.
You know who else would benefit?
Me and you kind of did something like that with a Serbian film.
Who do you? I've gotten millions of people to watch it, dude. That's my icebreaker.
When we got Jacob and Lihia to watch it. Remember?
Oh, I wasn't there.
No, you were.
I was?
Yeah, it was when I was living with Wayne.
The reaction to most people when they watch that movie. Like, I wanna have another episode where we talk about like gore in films and like films that push the limits.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Like, I remember I saw this film and I'm like, man, this is a badass movie. And I think it's a good film. Like, it's really like, I don't know, it's really taboo, but it's a good film. It's shot good. It has good music, good acting, everything. Like, the gore looks fucking realistic, but
it's just the subject matter.
Yeah, it's too much, and I totally understand why it's too much, but I also think like that's what's gnarly about it. Like, there's like this Stephen King quote, and I'm gonna butcher it, but like it's something along the lines of like, I'm gonna try to terrify you, and if I can't terrify you, I'm gonna try to gross you out.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm not proud of that. And what he means by that is like, there's certain people that are just gonna do it just for shock value.
Yeah.
And to leave you awe. And I think that's what this director had. And he's like, he saw all these other movies that are like banned. And like, I've seen so many movies that are banned, and I'm just like, man, that wasn't even that bad. Like, I guess it was bad, you know? But this movie, I was like, okay, I totally see why it's banned. But yeah, this director saw that, like, I don't know, like, I haven't seen interviews with him. I don't know what his thought process was when he was writing this movie, but yeah, dude, like, he just wanted to shock, so he did it, and he fucking.
Yeah, we should definitely have like an episode dedicated to like that subject.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing, but
because it is interesting.
Yeah, but it's always interesting. Like back to the point was like watching people's reactions to it.
Yeah.
And people just fucking either liking a movie, hating it, or not getting it.
Yeah.
I think with The Room, you're gonna get more people that don't get it than anything. So too.
But it'll still be interesting just to see how they react to it.
I think if they watch it with us, like, they'll laugh because they'll, you know, we'll start laughing and they'll like, okay, that was stupid, huh? Yeah. But yeah, like, I think a lot of people just aren't gonna get how terrible this is. And I think the people who, which is weird to say, huh? Like, you know, you're not gonna understand how bad this is.
Well, okay, I don't think it's that they won't understand how bad it is. I just think there are probably going to be some people that just don't understand why it's funny, how bad it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why it's so interesting.
Yeah.
For me, because there's going to be someone in that crowd that's going to be like
you like this?
It was all right. Yeah. It was okay because they don't really know what a terrible movie is, or what a phenomenal movie is.
Yeah.
So when they see something like this, they're just kind of like, yeah, it was good. You know, like it was all right.
You know who would benefit from watching this the most? People who are inspiring to become filmmakers.
You think so?
Because if they see this, like, damn, if this guy pulled it off, I can fucking do it. Because that movie is bad.
Do you think it would also like benefit, like you said, people who are aspiring filmmakers to also watch The Disaster Artist along with it?
If they want to look into,
or even read the book.
If they want to look into this, I would.
Yeah, if they enjoyed The Room and they got something out of it, whatever it is, I think they should watch it.
Because I had never read the book, but when I found out about The Disaster Artist, I was really interested in it.
Because the whole filmmaking process of this movie was so interesting.
Dude, this guy was a baller too.
And it's still like he's such a mystery still.
He shot it on film and HD, dude. He had 2 cameras filming the whole time. Like, who does that? But I mean, how would you even describe this movie? Like the plot and everything, dude. Like,
it's just this guy who.
This is a romance based drama.
Yeah.
About.
Is he getting married? Is he engaged, or are they married already?
That's the mystery.
Like, I don't remember.
Doesn't he cheat on her or him?
She cheats on him.
And he finds out, and he's just brokenhearted. And
spoiler.
But well, before we talk about that, like the main actor,
who is also the director, the writer, did he edit it as well? Probably.
I'm sure he had a big hand in it.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah,
and like I said, like this guy's such a mystery. Like that's not even his real name, and like nobody knows where he's actually from, and where his money even comes from.
And
because apparently he has like an unlimited amount of money.
He's just some rich guy who nobody knows where he's from.
People have interviewed him, and they have asked him. He has recently admitted where he's from.
Where is he from?
Some fucking like Italian or Polish place, but.
Because like you can't pinpoint his accent.
No.
Like at least I can't.
Yeah. And when people ask him like, "Where do you get the money?" He always says the same thing.
Isn't it like belts or something?
Leather jackets.
Leather jackets. That's
like
right.
I've sold leather jackets, so that's where my money comes from.
I don't.
But this guy is like a mystery.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
That is gnarly. Yeah. Like, he just like, where did he come from? You know, he's a fucking alien, dude.
So this rich guy comes out of nowhere. He wants to make a movie. And he ends up making what is considered the worst movie ever made.
Yeah. But it ends up getting this like cult following, or just these like crazy, not crazy, but just people fall in love with like how terrible this movie is. And it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely rewatchable. Like it
is.
But asterisks with that, because it's rewatchable with people.
Yeah.
Because like I said like earlier, like I wouldn't watch this by myself. I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it if I watched it by myself.
I wouldn't either, dude. I don't think anybody would, but it definitely is like a gathering thing.
Yeah.
You know, people, friends. Because even like if it's just like 2 people, it's still kind of like weird. Like it's just you'll get such a thrill out of watching it with like a bunch of friends.
But yeah, like the way this movie even looks, like it looks so low budget. Like when the scenes on the roof, like the fucking background of the city is so obviously fake.
Green screen, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Well, that and just everything about it, the acting, the dialogue, like the actual like script was like horribly written.
Yeah.
I mean, you can quote this movie forever. Like,
oh yeah.
Every other scene, there's like something that you can catch that you can quote, and that really dramatic ending, which I don't want to spoil because I want people to watch this, but
people should definitely watch this with people.
Yeah, like get a bunch of friends and just make popcorn.
But I do definitely I like Birdie's idea. Like, take some people to see this at the Frida.
Yeah, fun, like just, but not like I said, dude. Like not just anyone. Like just like.
Do you have people in mind?
I do. Okay. I do.
Do you want to say or no?
No, just because I'd be saying strangers' names.
Oh, okay.
To a bunch of listeners that are like, I I don't know that guy.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Nah.
Do you guys have anything else to say about The Room, or do you have any other movies that fall under this category that you want to mention?
I have like a bonus movie that's like, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's right next to Veronica for me.
You think so?
Yeah.
What is
it's
it?
like so fucking bland, lame, and dumb, and gives me a fucking headache. That movie's called The Green Inferno.
Okay, I wouldn't put it in this category.
I would.
I would just no, because this category is movies that are bad but still entertaining. That movie is not entertaining at all.
Just like Veronica.
Says you, Fidel.
Says the guy who fucking told us to watch this fucking movie, dude.
You know what?
Never gonna forgive you for that, dude. I'm taking that shit to the grave.
You're welcome.
Ah, man. Yeah, I've been disappointed watching movies. Dark Knight Rises. But but I just remember me and Brady being so bummed about it. Like, man, we spent money on this. Like, we're not gonna get that time back.
I know, dude. We could have been watching some other cool movie like at your
We could have
place.
been fucking watching paint dry, and it would have been more fucking productive. God.
The Green Inferno, Eddie and Birdie's favorite movie of all time.
It's Fidel's favorite movie. He told us to watch it.
We're all eating pizza. Fidel's like, yeah, go watch it. I'm like, oh, dude, we're going to watch a badass movie.
Dude,
just
we
ate
were
pizza.
watching this, like, just me and you. And I'm pretty sure Fidel was, like, at home eating,
Laughing?
like some warm pizza, like, laughing at some funny show. I fucking hate you, dog.
You're welcome. All right, so that's pretty much it for this episode then. Unless you guys want to have any last statements.
Yeah, go watch The Room with your friends. If your local theater, once they reopen, which is probably like in another 10 years or something, go see it with your friends.
What about Veronica? Do you guys recommend people watch
Don't
that?
fucking waste your time on that shit.
Buy that shit on Blu-ray.
Don't watch it. Watch the trailer. You know what? I would suggest watching like reviews of it.
Watch
Yeah.
the
I
Red
would say
Letter
so.
Media review on it.
You know what?
They cover it.
I'll include it in the description. The link to that video. I'll
yeah.
include it in the description to this episode.
Give them some support.
Yeah.
Best
If
YouTube
you own a
channel.
bar or like, I don't know, like a horror themed cafe, you can put it on in the background. It'll look cool.
Yeah, it would. That's like the only way it would be like enjoyable.
And if someone asks you like, oh, what are you playing back there? Just be like, don't trip.
Don't trip on me.
Softcore porn.
Porno without the porn.
A porn directed by Danzig. Well, I want to thank everybody.
Wait.
What?
Dude, that would be some cool shit, dude.
What?
Watching pornos directed by Danzig.
I thought we did.
That wasn't porn, dude. There was no penetration.
No, yeah, dude, because...
There was no genitalia. It was just all boobs.
Softcore.
There wasn't even any dick in the
Dude.
movie.
Some guy would be like...
There wasn't?
No.
Some guy would be like doing some girl doggy style, and he'd just be like, "Nice,
Nice! Nice! How crazy, sir? Pretty fucking crazy, bro.
dude."
Okay, yeah, watch Veronica so you guys can know what we're talking about. Like, again, thank you guys for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoyed Eddie shitting on Dark Knight Rises.
We're gonna put that on the fucking description too, for people to know.
I'm calling Batman.
It needs to be said.
But yeah, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. And you can find us
MySpace,
on MySpace. Fuck it, I'm going to make a MySpace, dude.
Friendster.
You can find us on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher. So thanks for sticking around and see you guys next time.
Bye.